So, just thought it would be helpful to do a little video on the uking zq02011. Now this light is very small, compact. I'm sorry the light's not very good, but there's no information really on the net about these, but they are on eBay for about £100 a head. The information that you'll find out will be conflicting. It will say it's 120 watt, or it's 85 watt, or it's this, that, and the other. You can't really believe what you read. A couple of things that I've noticed. Firstly, I thought it had rotating gobos. It doesn't. It has a static gobo wheel inside, and it has a static colour wheel, and it has a prism, which is a 3-facet prism. And I think some of the adverts say it's got a 3 and a 5, and that's also not true. It's definitely a 3-facet prism. It's 9 and 13 channels, and it is quite bright for what it is. It is obviously a very cheap and cheerful light, and I'm going to show you some of the good and the bad things about it. So I'm just going to get it moved into a position where you can see it. You won't find a profile for it on the net anywhere, and uking's website doesn't even have instruction manual for this light. It doesn't seem to have instruction manuals for any of the ZQ and then numbers after them fixtures, which is a bit ridiculous considering they're selling loads of them on eBay, or someone is. So there it is. It's quite bright. It does have focus, electric focus, as you just saw there. It is almost quite good optically, but then it lets itself down. It has a colour wheel, as I say, and it has gobos like so. I thought it also had a clearly didn't look properly. I thought it also had a snowflake gobo, but it definitely doesn't, unless you class that as a snowflake gobo, which I don't. So it also has the prism, which is on a dimmer, and oh no, I've just broken my Titan 1, which is always helpful. Oh dear. Give me a second. And we're back. So, is my lens doing a weird thing? Yes, where it's showing ghosts of the light. Well, that's an interesting thing for it to be doing, because what I wanted to show you was what happens when you put the prism in. That is not what I wanted it to do. There it is. And you will see lots of ghosting around. You'll see lots of little prisms everywhere, which is quite funny. So, like, it's, you know, in some ways surprisingly good for the price, but it's also in some ways surprisingly rubbish. Can you hear that banging as it moves? The prism, I had the thing apart, and it's built okay considering the price. And through some smoke, like what you want with something with a prism is this, I think, that to have at least a point where they're all close together, but you will not get that with this. Sorry, I'm trying to find the gobo wheel, which is here. Like, you want the circle. You want to be able to get the circles close together to make a wider sort of lens, like a wider projection. But you can't do that with this. Basically, that's it. You do get some split colours, which actually, when it was doing its own thing before, looked quite good. I can imagine if you had them at the back of the stage pointing down. For all, it's a bit of a one-trick pony because it's only got that prism. I'm sure you could, I've bought 4 of them, and I'm sure you'd be able to get some reasonable looking effects if it doesn't forget where it is. And I bought some cheaper 60 quid beams, which I might review in a different video because again there's nothing out about them either, but they do show their price point by doing things like forgetting where they are and easily sort of moving, and that's what you're going to get from cheap movers. But considering the brightness and the size, it is reasonably impressive for the price. Obviously, back in the day, Mac 250s could do not much more than this, and they weren't much more bright either, and they were a lot more money. Were they like 700 quid or something when they came out? And these are like 100 quid each. You can do a deal with them normally. I've also just purchased some that are even cheaper, which claim to do more. I've only bought 2 of them, and we'll see what they do. But you're going to have to build your own profiles for them. They are pretty straightforward, and they do come with instruction books, and that will be easy to do. But there's no information out there. There's no instructions on the website. There's literally nothing about them. So this is the zq02011. It has a static colour wheel, a static gobo wheel, a 3-facet prism, and some wattage of LED light. I think it said it was 7 degrees, the beam. So there you go. I hope that is useful to you if you're thinking about purchasing one of these lights, or if you are just curious and have seen them on eBay or Amazon. Thank you. Take care.